All right, real quick story time.
Welcome to the Asia Esterak Hour, where film meets conspiracy and pop culture gets a reality check. From sharp recaps to sci-fi theories and media deep dives, Asia Esterak serves it unfiltered. Let the binge begin.
Another example of me being a complete pushover sucker. So I had talked about the girl who got me to pay for her for lunch. Let me tell you about the time she screwed me out of editing and then basically invited herself to spend the night at my house. Ooh, I used to be such pushover. So this same girl was a part of, she would do editing and directing herself, and she had been directing this other girl, mutual friend girl group. They were fantastic. And she had shot a music video at her house, and part of it was shot in like their old garage. Real industrial look to the music video. Cute though, right? So I forget how I ran into her. I swear I would just run into her ass and she'd get me to do shit for her. Ooh, such a sucker. Just tattooed sucker. So I run into her. We start talking about editing, and she's like, yeah, I just shot the music video for such and such, and I'm not going to have time to edit it like that. Do you think if I gave it to you, you could do anything? Sidebar, in addition to me being a scriptwriter in Hollywood, my first professional job ever in the industry was film editing. That's something I picked up in film school and fell in love with it and love editing to this day. And I actually think editing is the number one factor in filmmaking. Besides everything else, that's the number one. An edit will make or break the movie. But anyway, so I was like, well, yeah, let me, I ended up meeting her at her house like the next day, and I got all her equipment. And she was like, I don't have a whole lot of material, so anything you can do with it. I was like, all right. So I went home, watched all the footage of what she'd done. What she had done was great. I didn't really know what else she wanted me to add to it. So I ended up doing a couple different like filters and colors for her in it, and kind of re-edited a few sequences. Did the best that I could with what I was given. What I was given wasn't like spectacular. It was cool, but it wasn't like, I still don't understand exactly what she wanted me to do. And I don't think she even understood, because she could never fully articulate it. So 2 days go by. I ended up editing. I think I took like 6 or 7 hours on it, expecting to get paid. My original editing fee back in the day was $50 an hour, which isn't a lot. Considering when you edit what you have to fucking go through. So anyway, I arranged for her to, she was supposed to come to my apartment the next day at like noon or something. She ends up calling me saying she's running late. Okay, fine. I had something to do that afternoon. I ended up rescheduling. I think I had like a doctor's appointment or something. And I was like, let me reschedule. It was an eye doctor appointment because I was trying to get new glasses. So I canceled I rescheduled the eye doctor appointment for her. Again, no one told me to do that. My dumb ass decided to do that. So I'm inconveniencing myself because of this stunad. So she ends up coming. She was supposed to meet me at noon. She ends up saying she can't get there till like 2 or 3. She ends up knocking on my apartment door at 7. Comes in, watches the video. I could tell she didn't like it, and I was like, well, I did the best that I could with what you gave me. You didn't really give me a lot of direction, blah, blah, blah. So I start discussing payment with her. Like, hey, how are we going to, how do you want to pay this? She's doing the Mary J, right? On paying me. So, it's like, I think it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock at this time. And she was living in the Valley. If you live in LA, the Valley is like a fucking 40-something minute drive from LA. Clueless lie. Nothing in LA takes fucking 30 minutes. But anyway, so she's like, well, it's late. I'm just going to crash on your couch and go home in the morning and we can talk about payment. My stupid ass. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm an introvert. I don't like nobody in my fucking... If you ain't a man, why the fuck you in my house like that, spending the night? You know what I mean? This bitch spends the night, wakes up in the morning. She ends up leaving early, right? She wakes me up and leaves, takes all her equipment and leaves. Doesn't pay me. right? So the next day that same day when I fully wake up, because I think it was like a weekend or some shit. It might have been a Saturday not a Saturday, it was a Friday. So it's Saturday the next day. She leaves. So I call her later on that day, like, hey, because I remember I wasn't going to charge her $50 an hour. I think I wanted like 75, but it was something little, but it's still like I spent 6 hours of my time on your dumb shit for free. Do you know she never called me back, never texted me, nothing? I wouldn't see her again for like another like year or two. And then she would act like nothing happened. I'm not mad at her, I'm mad at me. Because I have a philosophy, and it's great if you've seen the movie Sinners, this philosophy even plays more into it. The only way a vampire can get in is if you invite them. And I invited a vampire in. I invited her in a few times, and she continuously bit me, my dumb ass. Anyway, just another quick story about setting boundaries with people, telling people no. I should have told her, no, you can't spend the night. I have someone coming over. You need to go home. And you need to pay me before you leave. But it's lesson learned. It is what it is. I don't invite vampires in anymore. A bitch brushes with garlic toothpaste. You ain't coming over here, vampire. Anyway, set your boundaries. And remember, no is a full sentence.